We are still on our preparation for nursing admission interview, and I just want to let you know that hepatitis B is an infection of the liver and can be prevented. As we mark World Hepatitis Day, I would encourage that together with your family and friends, just get to know your status so that when you are positive, the appropriate treatment can be given. Hepatitis B actually is affecting about 4 million Ghanaians, and more people are losing their life each day because they did not get to know they had the virus early. So as we even prepare for interview to be nurses, let us get to know our status and vaccinate. Today, I want us to look at how we can impress the interviewers. You need to always understand that, as I always say in my videos, that once you've been called for the interview, then it means that you qualify to be admitted into the school. So I just want to share some few tips with you that would help you to, gain the marks that you are supposed to, get. Remember that you are going to be scored based on some categories, which I'll be sharing in the next video. I'll be talking about the scores, talking about how you communicate, your appearance, the use of tenses and all those ones. But today, I just want us to look at some few tips that will help. First of all, you need to know that you must report at the interview venue very early. At least 30 minutes before the time will be very helpful. And then when you get there, there will probably be a list that people are going to write their name. Don't say that I am scared, so I want to be the last person. Please don't. The time you get there, make sure you have written your name. And as I said in a previous video, you know where you'll be traveling from is quite far. Most of the schools, when they are sending you the messages, will provide accommodation, so you can go and rest overnight. If even it's within your town, and for you to be able to allay some of your anxiety, you can go and sleep there so that at least you can relax. As I said the other time, you must also make sure before you go for the interview, you have eaten. Your brain will need energy to think. Your brain, it needs glucose. So don't think that because I'm going for the interview, I'm not going to eat. Personally, if I eat and I am teaching or lecturing, or I'm thinking or trying to find a solution to a problem, I'm able to do it very well. So at least the morning before the interview, even just around or on your way to the venue, you can get some porridge or some tea, or even as you are going, you can get some drink and some biscuits, some snack, so that in the morning you can take it and provide your brain cells with some kind of energy to think. Also know that your dresses that you are going to use, your shoes and stuff, they have been ironed and are ready the night before the interview. Don't say I'll wake up early in the morning. What if you wake up and then there is lights out? That is going to give you a lot of trouble. Or maybe you ironed and folded it in your bag. Remember that as you are going into the interview, they are going to look at your appearance, and for them, they do not care if you iron your dress and you folded it into your bag. So if possible, you can get an iron, or when you get to the venue the night before the interview, you can ask around. I'm sure people might have come with iron, or to avoid any troubles, there are a lot of bags that you can iron, put on a hanger, and then hang it, especially the males if you are going to use a suit. So let's kindly take note. And then also, one thing you must also do is that before your interview, make sure you have arranged your document. Mostly they will ask you to bring the original document and then photocopies. So make sure that the photocopies have been separated from the original ones. So you separate your photocopies, the original copies of your document, you separate it, and then the photocopy, you separate it. But make sure that they are all in a file. Make sure that you put all of them in a file. I'm saying that this year, as we are going into the interview, our aim is to go and impress, sell ourselves for them to know that we are going to be the best nurses and midwives on the on earth. So you just want to go and impress them. And then also, don't go thinking that someone is better than you. That is not how it works. Be yourself, be true to yourself, and communicate. That is all that they want. Now you are at the interview venue, and then it is your turn. Remember that as you are going into the interview, there shouldn't be anything in your mouth. I think I've done previous videos talking about how you should appear, but subsequently, as I talk about the various categories that you are going to be scored, I'm going to do each in a video. So in my next video, I'll take appearance and talk about appearance, which I think would help you. So now it's your turn to go for the interview. As you approach the interview room, it's either the door will be locked or closed. If it is locked, you just knock and then you enter. When you knock and you enter, you greet. Good morning, good afternoon. It's not necessary. You don't necessarily have to add anything to your greeting, or you don't have to use please, good morning, please, no. But if you go and meet all female, you can greet good morning, ma'am. Or if you go and meet mixture of sexes, you can greet good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and nobody would fault you. I would prefer that it's either you start with you belong to the first 10, or yes, the first 10 will even help you, because when it's getting late, the fatigue may set in and the panel may not really pay attention to you. They may be tired and they may not pay attention to you. But you realize that if their energy is high, just when you are talking and they are following up with questions, it helps you to also express yourself, and they are relaxed also. If they get tired and they are frustrated, it can turn the whole things around. So please make sure that at least the first 10, first 15, you are part of those people who will be interviewed in that day. And then also the other thing that, as I was saying, now you have knocked, you have entered, you have greeted, and then they designate one person who is going to ask you for your document. So you hand over the document. Please note that until you have been asked to sit, you do not give yourself a seat. So if they ask you to sit, you say thank you. If you realize that you are anxious, you can just take in a deep breath. I remember when I went for interview, they even told me to sit and then relax, and that they are just there to find out or know me better. So when they ask you to sit, you just say thank you and then you sit. As the interview is ongoing, as much as possible, you must speak out loud. You must speak out what? Loud. You must speak out loud. If you realize that your voice is shaky and they rest, you can take in a deep breath. You can even let them know that you're under tension and you would want to relax for a while. So you can just take in a deep breath and then relax. And some of these things, they are going to help you as you are answering the question. So they ask you the first question, second question, you can say thank you, and then you answer the question. But it shouldn't be that it should be throughout. And then you should learn how to use please when you are talking. And then as you are answering the question and somebody interrupts, or maybe you say something and they are not sure and they want to clarify, you want to take your time for them to speak. Don't go arguing. No, I didn't say that. No. If you say something and they correct, you would want to say thank you for the correction, and then you go on. If they say something that you don't understand, you ask them for clarification. It's communication. They just want to chat with you, and then you must make sure that the tenses you are using are correct. And I was wenting and I was caming, and no, please relax and make sure that you are using a very good English, because they are all things that they are going to look out for. If this has been helpful, then I would want you to still stay with me as I share more tips with you. Thank you.